Hi, this is Adhis Boucha, the New Money Mama. I want to talk with you today about something that comes up often in conversations with people who are trying to break through a certain belief. So I often hear something like, hey Adhis, I have been thinking positively and I've been focusing on my goals and still opposition and things happen to me. Am I attracting these challenges? All right, here's the thing. When that happens, anytime you're making an attempt to change a belief or a pattern in your life, there's going to be the temptation to distract yourself from your journey. See, everybody has their own freedom to choose. And as you're going through your life, as you're making your new changes, there are going to be other people still making their own choices, and some of them will affect you. This is going to be your test of how much do you want the thing you're focusing on? Are you willing to give up giving the energy to something that is not serving you? Are you willing to give up the energy of focusing on something that's disempowering? It's only a test. Focus on your journey. And as you become better at focusing on that which you want, regardless of the distractions trying to get, woohoo, look over here, look over here. As you get better at strengthening your focus on that which you want instead of what you don't want, you will find that nuisances will still come up, but you will be much more powerful over them. Instead of them feeling like they were this big a distraction, you'll find that they're this little pig squeaks, and you're like, no big deal. The more powerful you become, the less influential the old nuisances or the old problems become. Now here's a warning. Anytime you up level, there's going to be a new introduction to a new challenge. So we call it new level, new devil. Have you ever played a video game that has different levels, and at each level there's like a boss or a monster you got to beat? Okay, so life is like that. So you're playing a video game, you get to the end of level 1, it's a new game, level 1, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's a hard creature. Oh my gosh, and you may or may not beat it the first time, but eventually you beat that level 1 creature, right? You move on to level 2. You're going through level 2 and you get to the end, you're like, oh my gosh, this one's even harder, And so you finally end up beating level 2. Let's say you go through level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And the 9 is the big one. And it's hard. And maybe it takes you a few times to play that game, maybe asking for tips from other people on how to beat that monster, but you finally do it. Now let's say a few months pass by and you find yourself a little bored and you're like, I'm going to go play that game. Now this time when you play that game and you get to the level 1 monster, you get there and you're like, oh, here's the level 1 monster. I remember how to beat him. And you just do it. He's not as scary as he was the first time you faced it. This is exactly like life. Anytime you are up leveling, you will encounter new challenges, new devils, new problems. And they will seem overwhelming at first. But once you face them and learn to conquer them, you move on to the next level. And let's say you ever have to face that level 1 creature, it's not going to be a big deal. You're going to be like, no big deal. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep fortifying your mindset. Keep practicing good stewardship over money. Keep putting your heart and your ideas out there. Go ahead and pursue those goals. Go ahead and pursue them. They're only going to make you stronger. This is Adhis Boucha, the New Money Mama, reminding you that life is rich, and so are you.